While these transactions are processing, let's return to the spreadsheet for a moment and look at some of the other tabs. We've been looking principally at the Bill of Material 1, Bill of Material 2 tabs. Same data, sorted a little bit differently. We've looked briefly at the Part Master tab, and we'll go over that in a little bit more detail in just a moment. There's also an Engineering Change, or ECO or ECN tab that's been provided. You can use that in any way that you want. This doesn't factor into the processing in Growth Power at all. Each tab, each Bill of Material tab, and each Part Master tab contains some summary instructions on how to operate the system. There is a more detailed instruction tab, as well as an additional information tab, and a contact information tab if you should need help or assistance in getting all of this working for you. Looking back on the Part Master tab for a moment, let's take a look. These are the changes that we'd set up earlier. Other things that we can do are to create a new Part Master from essentially from scratch by selecting from the Action pull-down menu the Copy feature. The spreadsheet uses what we call a template methodology, and what we mean by that is that you would have some Part Masters already established that are used as templates, and the only purpose they have is to be copied to make another or a new Part Master. And typically you might have a template for a purchased part, a template for a subassembly, or a template for a final or finished assembly, and you may have others. We can create a new part number. From a pull-down menu, select a part number, a template part number we'd like to use, enter a new description, which will of course go in as uppercase, and have the sort code automatically defaulted, as it does in Growth Power, to the first 20 characters of the description. At this point, other fields are available to be maintained when that copy is made. If you don't make any changes, whatever the values were of these fields in the template will be the values in the new part. If you make a change to a field and notice that there's a little help message that appears every time you move the cursor to a new cell, you get a help message that's appropriate for the item in the Part Master that you're affecting. Other functions we can perform in the Part Master spreadsheet are to add comments to a specific Part Master. In this case, you grab the comment, pull down, enter the part number you'd like to add a comment for, and add a comment, set the reporting flags for that particular comment. I just heard a beep in the background indicating that our other changes were made, so let's go back over to Growth Power and see that the changes we had set up earlier, the 30 Part Master changes, the 30 Bill of Materials with a stop date, the 30 new Bill of Material lines with a start date, they're all done. I don't know if you can see it with your resolution. This tells us that about 6 minutes and 14 seconds it took to make all of those changes. I don't think any of you can type that fast, and as I said, this system is actually slowed down substantially by the video capture software using to make this presentation. Click OK, and all of those changes are completed. I'm sure that you can see the value of being able to maintain bills of material and Part Masters in a spreadsheet format. This process adds a lot of utility and functionality, a lot of ability to minimize error, and a great amount of speed to the processing of bill of material changes and additions and changes to Part Masters. This bill of material and Part Master update process is what we call a bidirectional update application. By that we mean we're taking a snapshot update in Growth Power, bringing it over into a spreadsheet, allowing the user to make changes in the spreadsheet, and then upload those changes back into Growth Power. That same methodology is available not only with bills of material and Part Masters, but also with the master schedule and with product configurator, base model features, options, and rules. Mass updates of growth power part numbers are also available for planner codes, order policy codes, and days of supply. In a very similar fashion, we can produce both simple and complex growth power reports by taking snapshots of standard growth power reports, turning them into Excel spreadsheets, adding sorts and summarization that did not exist in the original growth power report, as well as occasionally adding data from other growth power reports, basically taking two, blending them into one. These reports offer a tremendous amount of information to the user. If you'd like additional information on the bill of material and part master spreadsheet, or on any of the other bidirectional applications we touched on, or any of the Excel spreadsheet reports that you saw on the previous slide, or would like to discuss setting up a web meeting or an on-site meeting so I can show you some of these things face-to-face, or if you have questions and would like to discuss a specific application for your purposes along these lines, or any other purpose relating to growth power, please feel free to reach me at the email address and the phone number you see on the screen in front of you. Thanks very much, and have a great day.